The unique issue, she told, is more than affordable public health thoroughness. Nelson is break, love lot of her comrade teaching staff, on which may go following government. Judiciary achieved a preliminary pay transactions in association leaders how was intended to end a 4-persons day strike action and email teaching staff behind to the class. But the country deceased environment told social schools in the most of counties will stay closed Thursday. Such expenses are at the front line of Nelson's reason. The 25-year-old British tutor and encourage trainer at Pikeview Top High School in Mercershire was undiagnosed in January in Phase 4 chest carcinoma. Time Nelson is on her parents' insurance coverage, she will include to selector above to the country-run Payna the summer. She trouble on the charge of the drugs for the carcinoma treat. The governor told how the question of financing insurance coverage would be looked at by a problem strength, that is far of the instant fix lot educators requested. The schedule was met in a mix of cheers and boos of educators collected on the stairs of the Capitol on Tuesday overnight while association leaders announced the transactions. Same entire cause why 55 counties include been on hit for 4-persons days is to discover a constant decision to fix it, not fair for teaching staff, but for all country workers, Nelson told. A besieged insurance coverage framework thou include a 5 or 6% bet of bloating, that for public health thoroughness is not out of link in which you see in a dark blue crucifix/blue panel, how would need on $50 millionth to $60 millionth a year fair to hold though. While they relevant just and further $10 millionth, thou ve got $40 millionth to $50 millionth cost of damage how thou re-departure to include to undergo onto employees, Perry Bryant, a ex-Payna Financial Executive Board term who is now retired, said WCHS. Educators are complaining on high company pays and out-of-pouch maximums for care thoroughness as their pay remnant cheap. Same quantity one item was we necessary a constant fix to Payna. It wasn't on the cash at all. It was on the insurance coverage install. The largest question cladding the Payna is financing. Bonus will be iced for the following financial year as a problem strength created as portion of the association transactions will drawing out away to foundation the schedule. Valley Shelter, chief of the Western Virginia Formation Associate, told Environment how the problem strength has been shaped. Down there are few possibilities how will be looked at for the income we requirement to resolve the Payna issues one day and for all, Judiciary wrote in an email to country employees. Same possibilities of further severance pay taxes on oil and gazette, game income of sport wager, tax dollar creature engendered of our roads projects, ongoing increase in our economics and the opportunity of setting the insurance coverage out for competition quotation are fair a few, all is departure to be looked on. Tensions stay at Capitol on environment. Nelson was amongst the teaching staff and high school staff who one day once again overcrowded the halls of the country Capitol, needing future activity of the governor and legislative body. We're not go get he, educators and supporters sing external the legal chambers. The hit was induced by which educators and personnel thick felt was an inappropriate pay lift draft gone by the legislative body recent 1 week how turned on a 4% lift above 3 year for teaching staff and some country employees. Western Virginia is ranged 48th in the joint state for ordinary tutor pay on to the domestic formation associate. Schools were yet close as a plan cool-off date announced by Judiciary, in portion with several counties had initiate high school closures up the transactions was announced. But tempers at the Capitol were far of cold, in teaching staff back to the House to go on their struggle for superior insurance coverage. Maxwell told she was rapidly frustrated in the high of pocket expenses for her insurance coverage, mixed by the reality how she has 3 family and a man how she supports. Now she and her household dwell salary to salary. Maxwell was frustrated one day once again by the transactions, since she thick felt how it was constructed on promises by the governor, quite rather than company activity. Closures will go on Thursday, but Nelson thick felt more than upbeat, inviting the transactions a little win, in spite threats of teaching staff not to back to high school as planned. It became obvious after in the date, although, how lot schools will remain closed. As of deceased environment, schools in 47 of 55 counties had announced closures for Thursday. All teaching staff household not to go behind are not making so since they don't see thoroughness on the question, told Nelson. Yet if they, country, are creature true and in fact wish to go up in a install, he's not unwise how we offer them period to do how as length as they pursue via.